Good day, everyone. We're coming on the air with the latest on a pair of major developments today in the investigation of the Trump campaign by special counsel Robert Mueller. Just moments ago, former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort and his business partner Rick Gates appeared in federal court in Washington and pleaded not guilty after being indicted today to charges that include fraud, money laundering, tax evasion, and failure to register as an agent of a foreign government. In this case, the former government of Ukraine. NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams is in our Washington bureau. Tell us what happened today, Pete.
Well, we think there's a recess in this hearing right now while the judge considers the circumstances of their release. The government is asking for very high bail, $10 million for Manafort, $5 million for Gates. It says the prosecutors told the judge they're still trying to figure out what their net worth is, but the prosecutors say they have a lot of money, they have means, they have a lot of people they know overseas, and that they are a flight risk and should be detained at home and allowed only to visit with their lawyers and doctors. The judge is taking that under advisement, and we expect to hear from the judge a little later on what the circumstances of their release will be. But the charges against them basically say they earn millions of fees in consulting for politicians in Ukraine to lobby for that government in the U.S. and did it for 10 years, failed to register as foreign agents, and failed to report all that millions of dollars in income to the IRS by instead funneling the money to offshore banks, Lester.
And Pete, what they're accused of is not related to anything that happened in their capacity with the Trump campaign. But there was separately, as you know today, George Papadopoulos, who was I guess, an unpaid policy advisor to the Trump campaign. We learned today that he had pled guilty to the FBI regarding his contact with a Russian individual with ties to the Kremlin who had opposition dirt. Can you tell us where that stands and how that might relate more specifically to the campaign?
Yeah, this one was a well-kept secret. He was actually arrested in late July at Dulles Airport when he was arriving in the country. He's been questioned repeatedly by the FBI since then. They say he's being cooperative. He actually pleaded guilty in a secret court hearing on October 5th. And it looks like the government, in his case, they've only charged him with one count of lying to the FBI. And it looks like they're recommending that he could perhaps be released on probation without having to serve any jail time. So he'll be sentenced later. But basically, the importance of that case is, as you note, someone who was involved in the Trump campaign in contact with people who claimed that they were representing the Russian government and could have dirt on Hillary Clinton, including emails. And according to the court documents, he said he was told that before it was even publicly known that the Russians had hacked into the DNC email servers.
All right. Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.